Well, our guest on this segment is an old friend whose name is musical. Marcello Angelini, artistic director with Tulsa Ballet. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Sam.
You've been around, and I see you from time to time. We see each other in passing. You look terrific, my friend. How long have you been here now?
25 years. This is my 25th season with Tulsa Ballet. Gosh, yes.
Happened how fast? It just went like that.
You know, we were talking before we went on air that you remember your first interview. I still remember my interview here. And if you think that my accent is not great now, imagine 25 years ago. And struggling through the interview and then going back to Cincinnati, buying a house there. And the day that I signed the contract on the new house, getting the call from Tulsa Ballet, if you want, the job is yours. That was the last thing I was expecting. And here I am, 25 years later, tickled pink for everything that we have been able to do together.
Any regrets?
No. You know, during this time, I have been offered a ton of other jobs, way bigger companies, but no, this is the place where I belong.
Well, I'll tell you, Tulsa is much better off having you here. I'm certainly glad you chose to stay with us.
Thank you.
How's the family, by the way?
The kids are 21 and a half. They were born in 98. One of them is in college. The other one is dancing in Oregon, in Eugene. He was just here a couple of years ago, and it's amazing when you look at them and you start talking with your kids, and they are young men, and you exchange ideas, and it's like, when did that happen? But it is wonderful.
The beauty of it is that clearly the apple did not fall far from the tree.
According to my wife, unfortunately, yes. She's always right.
I love it. Well, let's talk about Tulsa Ballet. Gosh, you guys have done, in the last 25 years, some very impressive productions.
Yeah, I mean, the company has become what everybody told me it could never become. Again, I remember when I came to Tulsa, I called a lot of former bosses, artistic directors, and I told them what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring to Tulsa all the best works by the best choreographers of the world. I wanted to create new works and export them all over the world. I had all those big dreams, and everybody laughed on my face, and they said, do you realize that this is not possible in Tulsa? You are never going to get the works of the great masters in Tulsa. You are never going to create works that are exported internationally. You are never going to really tour internationally and worldwide. Well, here we are 25 years later, and every one of those items has been accomplished. Just last season, we were in Europe, we were in Italy, Spain, and Switzerland. We performed lots of shows over there, and the reviews, they called us one of the 5 most influential companies in the United States, one of the top 10 American ballet companies in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Isn't that something?
The only negative comment we got everywhere was that we were in each place for only one performance, and every reviewer was complaining because they wanted to see the program again.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What a great ambassadorship for this city. Do we have a pool of talent to draw from here for the ballet?
You know, we have 2 schools now, the SEM Group Center for Dance Education and the Hardesty Center for Dance Education. It's hard because the level of the company right now is so high that if we are able to absorb one dancer every couple of years into the main company, we are lucky. Just to give you a sense of perspective, last year we had to replace one dancer in the main company, and we saw 1,600 auditioners from all over the world.
No kidding.
Yeah, we have auditions all over the world. We received over 1,600 applications. We chose 200 people to see in person, and out of all of them, we hired one. That's how much people want to come and dance for Tulsa Ballet today.
But I know for a fact that you have very young ones watching, very young ones reaching toward what you're doing. That's got to be, that's I mean, an euphoria that you just cannot top. What's the feeling on that when you see how the young respond?
Seeing the young ones walk around the building when the company is rehearsing in the main studios, because in one of the two campuses they are with us. The company is rehearsing in 3 studios and the school is in another 3 studios. Well, when you see them peeking in and watching rehearsals and you see the stars in their eyes, then I look at them and I say mission accomplished, because at the end of the day it's all about creating a dream of beauty and perfection, but at the same time, by virtue of the students observing the dancers rehearsing before they see them on stage, they also realize the work that it takes in order to create that beauty. And that's a rule that we have to follow for everything in life, right? You work hard if you want to achieve something. The young students get to see the sweat before the glory.
You know, I recall, and I don't put my feet to the fire on this because I cannot recall the performance, but I walked into a rehearsal you all were getting ready for, and you were like a hawk, a mother hawk, watching her brood and watching every move and absorbing everything that was going on the floor. What intrigued me was, normally you see ballet from the audience level. This time I was at the same level as the dancers, and I saw something really unique. It's something I'll treasure all my life. One of the male dancers made a move. I have no idea what it was, but ended up, the movement carried this dancer from the center stage to stage left with a movement of the hand up and hand to the heavens. You could see something released from that hand, but that was the intended purpose. And he was so fluid and did it so well. When that hand came up, you saw in your mind, and it became real, you saw something leave the hand. Now, laugh at me if you will, but that's the mark of a good dancer.
Yeah, as dancers, we have no words. So we have to, our movements and our body language and our mime has to be so strong and so clear that we can let you see the words coming out of our hands or our feet or our body.
I hate to cut you short. I got 40 seconds left
Okay.
with a friend. What's the next performance? When is it? And what is it?
Creations in Studio K is a fantastic program. 2 new works by one of them by Macon, the other one Garrett Smith, who is one of the youngest stars of the world, and the work by Valcani Paroli that we did in 1997.
When is it?
It's in 2 weeks from now, 2 weekends from now.
Try and go. You've got to see this. We have a crown jewel here. Hey, thank you, my friend.
Nice seeing
So
you,
good
Sam.
to see you. That's all the time we have for this edition. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.